Hi everyone. Um, there's quite a few people in the stream. I hope that the streaming is good enough. So last night we had a few problems with the internet. And I don't know why this happens when I speak about the Rothschilds, but tonight we're going to be speaking about cryptocurrency. I'm not going to keep you for long. And this is not my take on cryptocurrency. This is my experience with cryptocurrency trading for a 2 month period, a deliberate 2 month period that I chose to get to know what it's all about. And I'm going to share with you my experience. And I knew before I did that Bitcoin was created to create a new world order currency, a currency that can be fully monitored, tracked, and traced through the blockchain, a place where you can't have rands and cents, a physical token that you can exchange anymore without anyone else seeing it. In other words, if you exchange cryptocurrency, any cryptocurrency in the blockchain, it can be monitored, tracked, and traced fully, no matter what anyone else tries to tell you. If someone tries to tell you that it's all hidden, they're talking rubbish. I don't care who they are or how much they are cryptocurrency supporters. So I'm not anti-cryptocurrency. I'm not for cryptocurrency. To me, it makes absolutely no difference what you do in your life. I'm going to tell you about my experience and why I was able to literally double my investment amount within a 2 month period. And then I stopped because I didn't want to continue doing it for various reasons. I'll explain that to you as well. I will tell you all the pitfalls, just like you would have in any trading. And then, if you want, we can touch on what is happening in the cryptocurrency market right now, which is par for the course. It's a very normal thing. And yes, it's something I find fascinating. And at the end of the day, um, not that important right now, because at the end of the day, the cryptocurrency market still needs to grow massively before 2030, where cryptocurrency will be normal legal tender. What cryptocurrency that will be, we don't know at this stage, because the people that are enabling cryptocurrency to be formed, they will decide what happens, because there's nobody in control of what happens with cryptocurrency. And anyone that thinks that that is the case, you are misguided and or stupid. So I want to give you my first two rules that came out of my experience trading cryptocurrency for 2 months. And as I said earlier, wow, we actually have a lot more people than I thought. I didn't think we'll have that many people interested in the topic, but we have just over 100 people watching now. I came up with two basic simple rules, okay, that I want to give you from my side, my perspective, if you are interested in cryptocurrency. And I actually wrote them down. And it's very simple. Crypto rules of Desmond Bernardo. One, never trade money you are not willing to lose. So you must be prepared to lose everything that you are trading, everything. Okay. Or if you want to call it investment, you can lose everything because it can be manipulated to become nothing easily. Okay. So that's the first thing. Never trade or invest any money that you are not willing to part with completely. So if you have your pension fund or whatever, you are insane to invest or trade in cryptocurrency and you are not willing to lose it all. Okay. Number two, never invest in crypto, trade in crypto. And the irony of that statement is the fact that investing in crypto seems like a more decent thing to do. And I won't trade in cryptocurrency for many reasons that I'll explain just now, ethical reasons. But that is the only way that you can survive in that space, is actually trading in cryptocurrency. If you want to generate more cryptocurrency value in any cryptocurrency, you need to do trading, which means that someone else is losing. Okay. If you're good at what you're doing, someone else has to lose for you to gain. It's that simple. So it's absolutely the clever person in trading annihilating the one that's not as clever and literally getting all of their money. My rule number 3 is follow rule 1 and 2 so you can have fun. It's that simple. Those are my simple rules. We will get into the nitty gritty. Like I said, I'd never traded in my life before. I decided I had to do this. A lot of people were asking me questions about cryptocurrency. So I decided to take 10,000 Rand and use a Luna wallet and then invest in cryptocurrency and start learning from scratch. So I knew squat, had no training in it whatsoever. I've had training in many other things in my life, and I'm not on the low end of the IQ scale. So I hope that I could learn fast. So the first thing I did is listen to many other so-called cryptocurrency experts, lots of them. And many of them had similar ideas, many of them had different ideas. But someone giving you an idea and actually experiencing something is two very different things. So when I use Luna, which is very limited in the way that it can trade, it's not expensive. Any person with half a brain cell can invest using Luna, and you can literally invest 5 Rand if you want to. If the cryptocurrency you're investing in has a unit that is less than 5 Rand, you can do so. And this is why I say that with cryptocurrency, you can suck even the poorest people dry, completely and utterly dry. Now, a lot of people that believe in cryptocurrency, they know that what I'm saying is true. I mean, I've experienced it. You won't find fault with what I say because it's real life experience. And you might not have a conscience, or you might not care about other people, or you might not care that in the future, in a cryptocurrency world, that every transaction will be monitored, tracked, and traced. And this is a seriously bad thing. I'm not saying cryptocurrency is per se bad. I'm saying the people that create it, are pushing it, are manipulating it. Those people want to control how and where you spend in future. And they'll be able to monitor and track and trace it in real time with artificial intelligence. They're already doing so. And they're getting individuals, companies to make those investments for them. That is the irony. They will always get us to do the dirty work for them. So we are building massive farms where you are validating transactions, etc. And I'm not going to go into the nitty-gritty detail of that. And that is where the monitoring, tracking, and tracing takes place. So any cryptocurrency transaction can be traced to the original roots, to your IP, to where you were in that moment, because of other AI. And that's very powerful. Now, once you've got a full 5th generation technology system rolled out in your country, all cryptocurrency transactions will be able to be monitored, tracked, and traced in real time to where you are sitting and doing it, or where you are walking and doing it on your phone, literally. And anyone that does not understand this, you have no cooking clue what is happening in the world, and that is fine. And if you don't want to be a part of this discussion, please leave. I really couldn't care less. So, when I first got onto the Luna platform, I had to get to know how things work. I didn't even know how to get into the exchange. So all I knew is how to pay my money into the Luna wallet, what is called the Luna wallet. And I'm using Luna just as an example. There's many other platforms that you can use. I wanted to use a platform that was registered in South Africa and following all the trading requirements, even registered with SARS, etc. So you can't hide anything if you trade through Luna. All your transactions will be known, and SARS will be able to come after you and make sure that when you've made money that you pay your dues. Now, I'm not saying that they are geared towards doing that at this stage, but they certainly will be in future. And I know the CEO of Luna actually recently made a statement to that effect. So don't think that you can hide your funds there. Okay, it's not going to work. There are other ways and means in the crypto communities where people do try and hide and move funds around. And I can tell you, reserve banks don't like that. They will clamp down on you as fast as anything. But at the end of the day, the Rothschilds don't care whether they can control you via a reserve bank, or whether they can control you via a government, or whether they can control you via the blockchain. As long as they are on top of things, they are happy and steering it in a direction where everyone's life can be monitored, tracked, and traced. So that is cryptocurrency in a nutshell. And a lot of people will tell you that cryptocurrency was created to move away from the Reserve Bank and the to decentralize fiat currency and all that type of thing, and not be in that system. You're in a worse system, a much worse system. Fiat currency has absolutely no value except the value that you are giving it. It's no different with cryptocurrency. So there's no difference between cryptocurrency and fiat currency. Okay, it's pie in the sky, people giving something value, because a lot of people will say the Fed is just printing more and more money. Well, you can come up with cryptocurrency that can do all sorts of magical things. You can manipulate things. You will be able to do all sorts of things with various kinds of cryptocurrency. And this is why governments who actually don't know diddly squat are trying to regulate it. Okay, and how that's going to pan out, nobody knows at this stage. The moment politics gets involved, it gets nasty. So I open this Luna wallet, I put 10,000 Rand in there, and I start trading. So within 2 months, I managed to get to 25,000. It was a bit more than double. And it was easy because I was actually on tour when this happened. So I didn't have much time to give attention to it. So I must say, on average, I maybe spent 2 hours a day achieving that. Okay. Now, 10,000 Rand is not a lot of money. So the first thing you need to understand is when I initially invested in Bitcoin, because everyone said you need to invest in Bitcoin, I realized very quickly that you need a fast PC, of which my laptop that I'm using right now to film is not fast enough to be able to do transactions fast enough in trading, because of how fast things can change. And if you're a small fry coming in, like myself, you'll get spat out the other end. If you panic, you will lose all your money literally within a day. It's that easy, unless you just invest and leave it. If you trade, you risk losing everything really fast. However, if you trade and you know what you are doing, you can gain really fast. In fact, the movement in the crypto market is such in a day, it is so volatile that you can double your money every day in the movement in transactions. But it's impossible for any human being to predict the movement and actually respond to it fast enough. So a lot of people that are cryptocurrency traders get the fastest PCs they can. So that is the one thing that is seriously important, okay, is that when that mouse click happens, it has to happen within a split second. And split seconds, I very quickly realized, made all the difference. Because when the market goes in a direction, and you don't get your buy-in or your sellout, you lose out on the entire move. And a move can be massive. It can move that fast. I saw after Bitcoin, where I probably stayed for 2 days, I moved over to XRP immediately. Why did I move over to XRP? I wanted to find the most volatile market. In other words, the most volatile cryptocurrency, because then you risk the most, you can lose the fastest, but you can also gain the fastest. So I have to say, overall, I gained the 25,000 Rand trading in XRP for 2 months. And I recently did the same. I literally put in 1,000. I had like 200 Rand that was left from my last trades when I took funds out. I, in fact, had to take funds out for my return back to Cape Town, because I didn't have sufficient funding from the Double O Days tour to return to Cape Town. I used those funds to get back to Cape Town, sleep over, petrol, and all the nonsense. Okay. So I had 200 Rand left. That's been lying there forever. And then I put 1,500 Rand in. So I had 1,700. Within 3 days, I turned it into just over 1,900 Rand, which means that I could still, with the same philosophy that I had learned the first time, and I'll get to the details of that now, I could generate or increase the rand value of the XRP that I had quickly. I literally went from 137 XRP to 151 units in no time. And you could literally leave the units as is. And just with the market moving, you could lose 20-30% in a day. That is how volatile cryptocurrency is. And that is why you can make massive amounts of money if you know how to trade the market. Just remember, if you have a conscience, you won't be doing this because you are making money off someone else's back. And depending on yourself and how you feel about that, you can literally go and suck other people dry and make a good amount of money doing so. And you can say and probably argue that that person is stupid. I'm not, and therefore I have a right to make this money. I have a problem with that mindset in general, but that is me. You are free to do whatever you want. Okay. So, what did I learn when I went to go and study the experts, just like I did before I started this YouTube channel? I was trained at Cubic Nuclear Power Station that you need to get the training from the best, learn things from all angles, assemble the information, and then come up with your own idea of how to use it. And this is what I encourage other people to do as well. Follow the same philosophy. Okay. So I went and listened to many people, like I said before. And then I learned about bull flags and descending triangles and flipping head and shoulders patterns, the Wyckoff accumulation chart, all sorts of things. Now, because I basically have a photographic memory and I don't forget things, I pick these things up very quickly and it's in the back of my mind. And all of the information I gather, I can process very fast. And I learned very quickly how to use the patterns. And the first thing I thought to myself is, why are people following these patterns? It's flipping stupid. And then I realized that people are trained at varsity how certain patterns work. And I tried to figure out how the candles work and how the line trends work, see where it comes from, the philosophies behind it. And human psychology is a big part of this. And you will see the Fibonacci sequence up and down and how humans actually adapt to that. And the first thing I learned is that you cannot, wow, that is awesome, Robert. The first thing I learned is that you can't say that people are going to predict a certain way. You have to get people to behave a certain way. So, this is the first thing I want to teach you because this is fact. That people are following patterns, whether it's a breakout triangle, a descending triangle, ascending triangle, a bull flag, a bearish pattern, whatever the hell it is. People were taught to follow it, and that is why they actually follow those patterns. This makes it possible for people with large investments to manipulate the market easily. I saw, and I would sometimes 7 nights in the 2 months, I traded throughout the night. So I could experience with XRP, which is extremely volatile, how the rest of the world traded. So I could see how Japan trades, how Indonesia trades, how the US trades, um, how all the countries that are allowed to trade, how they trade and how they influence the market. You can see when South Africa starts to wake up because we have massive interest in crypto in South Africa. So we have huge volumes of people investing in cryptocurrency in South Africa. A lot of them poor people. And if you have savvy about you, you can generate a lot of income. In fact, there's people that do it on a permanent basis. It is their livelihood and absolutely can be, ethics aside. So I'm not going to speak about ethics again. I'm going to speak about the brutality of what is the crypto market, because other markets are normally steadily growing. In the crypto market, you could literally see a move of 10% within 5 minutes. I have seen moves of 18% within 5 minutes within XRP, where the oaks are just climbing that number ridiculously. Now, to make 18% within 5 minutes is insane. And you either climb in at the right time and sell out at the right time, or you achieve nothing, or you lose everything if you climb in at the top. So the first thing I learned is that you're going to win some and you're going to lose some. And what you need to be able to do to get these gains is be right 4 out of 6 times at least. You have to get it right when there's volatility. Okay. If you're in a predictable pattern, it is actually so stupid. It's like money for jam. You can literally sit there and you can see the pattern going up and down. It's flippin' boring. You can buy in at the top, sell out at the top, buy in at the bottom, sell out at the top, buy in at the bottom. I have done up to 30 exchanges like that in succession and made a gain, okay, a gain of up to 2% within 2 hours, just following a boring pattern on XRP. Now, XRP has changed a lot. A lot more people has bought into it, and that has changed it. And I'm going to get to bots and copy traders, etc., just now. And I'm not going to spend more than another 10 minutes on this. So, within 3 days of me trading in XRP, I had the first copy trader attached to me. I didn't know what copy trading was. I told my wife the next morning that there's this freaking idiot. Although I have a dinky toy amount of money, each time I traded, some other dude, I thought it was a person, went and put a larger amount of money on top of me instantly. And with every transaction, the same amount of money went with me. And I couldn't trade because in XRP at that time, the trades were tiny. They were small. There wasn't a lot of volume. So when this person, I maybe trade 100 XRP, this person comes in with 3,000 XRP, you like literally change the direction that the people are trading because these small fishes are pooping in their pants and it's affecting the market. I had to go and Google and find out what this is, and then found out that if these bots monitor you and they see that you are profitable, so this is artificial intelligence monitoring you in real time. If you're profitable, some big noob with lots of money will attach their money to yours. So when you trade, there's a bot attached to your account that trades with you. Now, when the person was trading with me, it was really flippin' annoying because I couldn't put in my full amount at any given point in time. To circumnavigate that, I put in tiny little amounts. And that is how I managed to beat this idiot or this bot. But the next thing that happened is this bot started putting their money before and after me in the trade, not on top of me, which made it even worse. It literally cut me out of trading. It made it impossible for me to trade. I mean, I thought at one stage that intelligence was sitting with some freaking tit with 30,000 XRP just to screw me over because that idiot wouldn't be there when I wasn't trading. The moment I started trading, that 30,000 odd XRP was there and I couldn't get rid of it. And yet, in spite of it, when I traded at certain hours, when South Africa was asleep, the 30,000 XRP wasn't there anymore. So I knew that this bot or person or whatever was stationed in South Africa, which made me think that intelligence or any organization that wants to stop you from being a successful trader can literally manipulate you directly and stop you from having trading success, which means that the entire trading platform is a fraud. It's a complete and utter fraud. So I wouldn't recommend anyone that hasn't got nerves of steel, a very quick mind, to even attempt to trade in cryptocurrency. You will see your backside faster than you can say knife. If you don't have nerves of steel and you're not willing to lose every single cent, don't go near it. You will see your backside fast because there's a gazillion sharks out there wanting your money. They want you to sell out on a rise or to buy in on a rise. And then they will plummet it straight afterwards to make sure that you lose out. And this is how most people end up losing their money. And it's really sad You can clean someone out within a day. Easy. If that person is panicking, they're inexperienced, you can put 100,000 Rand in. By the end of the day, you'll have zero. There'll be nothing left. And this is real. This cannot happen on the largest stock exchanges. It's not possible unless there's a massive crash, which will eventually recover if you look at world history. However, if you want to make a lot of money and if you want to invest in the future, you need to think, which cryptocurrency will the New World Order use? Because they have to boost those currencies a lot more so that people, companies, etc., invest in it big time. Or they have to create a replacement currency for Bitcoin or whatever else is out there, create their own cryptocurrency. Who knows what's going to happen in the end? What I do know is Satoshi Nakamoto is not a person at all. It is a council of 13 families. It was carefully planned, meticulously implemented. And, Bitcoin was tested for resilience during this pandemic time. And, Johan Rupert sold 2 billion in Bitcoin to test the resilience of the market. And Bitcoin held up. If you look at the moves that happened today, for instance, over the past week, the volatility, it's nothing. It is nothing. If you buy into the Bitcoin market now, your investment could grow by 1,000 times, if not more. They would have to take Bitcoin to ridiculous values if they want it to overtake gold. And if Bitcoin is the choice to do that, you're going to make a lot of fiat currency while it still has trading value. So, this is the next thing I want to tell you. There's two kinds of people in Bitcoin, the traders and the investors. So, the majority of Bitcoin is there because of investment. In other words, people are investing in Bitcoin. They believe in its future, that we won't have fiat currency anymore, that it will collapse. And they're not wrong about that. And that the value of gold will mean nothing. It's been manipulated for a very long time in any case. But if you don't understand that Bitcoin is the same manipulated currency as all of these others run by the same people, then you are mistaken. So if you can know what you're doing in this gap while it still has to shoot uh, to the moon, as many people call it, you can generate massive amounts of fiat currency if you are willing to invest and later sell out, convert to fiat currency, and then use it for whatever means. Okay, as long as fiat currency will be legal trade. By 2030, money as we know it won't exist anymore. I can guarantee you that based on Agenda 2030 of the United Nations. So if you go and read Agenda 2030, you will understand why many people are invested in cryptocurrencies, because they understand what is going to be happening in the world. And a lot of people will call them conspiracy nuts, etc. But this is the honest truth. We will not have normal money being exchanged and accepted on a global basis. You will be able to use money as a token only. There's no reserve bank or bank where you can bank money like ABSA or Standard Bank or whatever that'll accept it as a legal form of tender. So that world is going to change. There's nothing that will change that. So in the future that we are looking at now, if you want to use cryptocurrency to build a portfolio of fiat currency later, investing in it and leaving it is probably one of the safest things to do. Okay, because it is going to grow. Now is the time to buy. It might drop a bit lower. I don't think it'll go below 30,000 US dollars. I'm speaking about Bitcoin specifically, and it'll go through the roof again. Bitcoin has just started to grow. And a lot of people will say, but so many people has made so much money out of it already. We have seen nothing yet. It is going to skyrocket to ridiculous levels. And many people watching now know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay. And that is why they are holding Bitcoin. They don't care about these dips happening now. As they say, it's shaking out the weak ones. Now, I care about those weak people. I care about them. I care about the person living in an informal settlement or is in a lower income bracket, in lower middle class, that is trying to grow their fiat currency value. I feel for them when they lose all of that hard-earned money. I really think it is unscrupulous that these people are being stripped of what they have. However, the crypto market sees it as even a poor person can now generate massive amounts of cryptocurrency in value or fiat currency if they want to trade and take it out of their wallet. So you can argue both sides of the coin. I know what the Committee of 300's plans are with cryptocurrency. It's a way to enslave the world to a point where they have to accept a one world government. In fact, they will be begging for it. They will want a one world currency. And all you will have is cryptocurrencies with various functions, but the one world government will control all of that. And once you're in that world, there's no more freedom. And this is a huge problem. A lot of people in the crypto space will say it makes you free being there. You're mistaken. Okay. Don't call it free because it's not. It has nothing to do with freedom. There's a window now where you can use the crypto market as an opportunity to generate immense fiat currency wealth. That wealth can become worthless overnight when the fiat currency markets are crashed. So there's a lot of things to consider. Now, let's go to the nitty-gritty detail. I've already spent 31 minutes. Let's go to the nitty-gritty detail of what I experienced with regards to bots trading in Luno. And I mean, I didn't think that bots would be all over Luno. I actually wrote to them and said, what the hell is going on here? And they said they can't control it. People write these bots, and these bots trade. You can actually see them buying 10 units, 10 units, 10 units, 10 units, 10 units. They do it so fast, a human can't physically type that fast to actually make these transactions take place. So the entire crypto market is controlled by big fish called the whales. And it's a very good way to describe it, because when a whale jumps out the water and makes a massive splash, the other little fishes are just shunted aside. And the crypto market is no different. But you can be a small fish that is clever enough to stay out of the tail smack of that whale, and you can get the loot with that whale if you know what you're doing. If you don't know what you are doing, that tail slap is going to smack you unconscious and make you lose your life, all your life savings, everything, literally. So it is hair raising. Once you're in there, you can predict the patterns fairly clearly. I believe that people are taught at varsity, they are taught these patterns to condition them to follow the patterns. Why the heck are people following these patterns that are trading? It is mind-blowing. It makes no logical sense, but they do because they've been conditioned to do so. Because people follow these patterns blindly, it's now easy for a market manipulator, a large whale, to come, disturb that pattern because he knows what these poor sods are going to do and flush them out. It's the easiest thing for a whale to do. And it's a pity to see that. What is happening now in Bitcoin and the crypto market is market manipulation. It's a big washout before massive gains. And all of you that are here that trading cryptocurrency know what I'm speaking of. There's going to be massive gains. If you look at the cryptocurrency such as XRP, which has a real value, it is actually a tool used to transfer money between countries rapidly, fast. It's not a pie in the sky thing. It's actually being used for transactions between reserve banks. So it's an entity with value. And this is why, besides the fact that it was the most volatile, ethically, I believed at the time that it was probably the best cryptocurrency to trade in. And I'm not sure if you can really call it a cryptocurrency. It's actually a means to transfer funds, and you investing in that ability. And I find that fascinating. I know that XRP has to go to absolutely ridiculous levels. However, if you invest in it, it might clean you out long before you can make any money out of it. So I don't trade anymore. I did it for the 2 months to gain experience. I don't have enough time now to go into a lot of detail. Please, if you want me to go into specifics, and I can literally do an hour on each specific, send me an email. You can get my email in the about section of this channel. It says view address. You click on that, you do a bot check, and then you can email me. You'll see my email address. If you want me to cover specifics, because one thing I can tell you is the same way I study all other things that I did. I have studied cryptocurrency because it's so important to understand it. If you don't understand the cryptocurrency market, you will suffer in future. Let me put it that way. I'm not saying you must invest in it. You need to understand the market. It's going to give you clues as to what will happen in future. And just remember, hard cash is not going to win over cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency will win. When someone invested in crypto says it is the future, it doesn't necessarily mean that they think it's a good thing. They are absolutely right. It is going to happen. And maybe in South Africa, we can still do different things and still have freedom to trade and not be monitored, tracked, and traced. Maybe we can build our own programs here to trade in online tokens. There's many things that can be done so that you are still free. And at the end of the day, all you need is a token or a handshake between two people to do a trade on anything. Bartering is a very good way of trading where you don't give the government a cent in VAT or tax, and it's not illegal. People helping each other is not illegal. The financial system had to be created. The cryptocurrency market had to be created so that people can take other people's money or cryptocurrency or value, work value. That is what they are stealing from you. You don't need any of these things to help each other. Neighborhoods can help other people in the neighborhood to build their homes, and they can rotate until everyone has a house that not a stitch of labor was paid for. This is possible. Will people do it? Only the future will tell. Thank you for joining me for the stream on cryptocurrency. And when you see massive lines up and down in the crypto market, it is normal. It's nothing to stress over. And even although it is more novel to invest in something, never invest in cryptocurrency. You might lose everything. The reason why I say this, if you're not able to trade in cryptocurrency, your investment can be in jeopardy. Read between the lines. If you cannot trade in cryptocurrency, your investment is on the line. So you must be able to trade. So let me just go over the rules again. Never invest money that you are not willing to lose completely. So invest or trade. Okay. Preferably for you to know what's going on, you need to be able to trade the crypto market. If you're not able to trade the crypto market, I wouldn't invest in it because you're going to be investing with some criminal somewhere or some dodgy scheme or some idiot that's going to lose all your crypto for you. They never invest in crypto, trade in crypto. The reason why I say that is because if you don't have the ability to trade, you shouldn't be investing. Okay. I hope this has helped you. Thank you very much. Many of you might have thought that I don't understand cryptocurrency. I don't know what I'm talking about. I do actually know what I'm talking about. And this is a very brief introduction to what I know and my experience. One last thing. On the way back from Gauteng to Cape Town, I was at 28,000 Rand. In the Karoo, I lost signal. It dumped down to 12,000 Rand during that portion of the trip. From 25,000 to 12,000. It was that 12,000 Rand I took out to pay for our trip home. I hope you learned from this. Thank you very much. Till the next video.